days anyway, you actually find it exhilarating. Plus, once a business is off the ground, there are countless benefits to being the owner. You have a steady income stream, and you get to hire and work with people you like in an industry you care about, and you rarely, if ever, suffer from being bored. Yet no matter what anyone says, there are also drawbacks. More often than not, the success of the company and all its employees rides on your decisions, your performance, and your judgment. You carry all that on your shoulders, even when you try to get away. In the course of over 10,000 one-on-one coaching sessions with business owners, I saw a recurring problem with no real solution. Many were ready to retire or at least cut back, but when they decided to sell, the fair market value of their company was not enough to replace their income. I saw them either settle for pennies on the dollar in a sale or keep working and miss out on the life they really wanted. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair that business owners' years of hard work are not better rewarded. I studied business owners struggling to gracefully exit their business and found a group of them who had found a way to cash out of their business without selling it. They kept their business income but removed themselves from the daily grind. I began studying these owners and painstakingly analyzed what they did and how they did it. By distilling hundreds of best practices, combining their formulas for success, and augmenting them with my experience, I created the half-retire system. Half-retirement transforms your business from a source of working income to a source of income earned from your equity in the business. It creates a new and unique exit strategy, and it enables you to enjoy all the benefits of business ownership without the burdens, by letting you keep the income stream and leadership role while losing the stress. Thousands of half-retirees around the country are already benefiting from working fewer hours and doing more of what they love to do. They figured out how to keep their income, company car, entertainment budget, social connections, and CEO status too. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of how this can work for you, let's take a closer look at the challenges most business owners face on a day-to-day basis. The myth of flexibility. One of the most appealing parts of being your own boss is maintaining a flexible schedule. But the ugly truth is that just because you're not working 9 to 5 doesn't mean you're not working 7 to 11. In fact, most business owners and entrepreneurs work far more than 40 hours a week, not less. Accurate numbers are incredibly hard to come by, but several studies indicate that well over half the CEOs of small and medium-sized businesses put in more than full-time hours, and less than 5% work that coveted 30 hours a week or less. Perhaps most importantly, 80% of business owners report feeling like they work too much. That might be okay when you're 25, but not so great 30 years later. If many business owners choose their path because they value flexibility, why do so many get stuck working around the clock? I'm guessing you already know the answer. It takes an incredible amount of time and effort to run a successful business, especially at first. In fact, in the early years of a new venture, a willingness to put in the long days may be what makes the difference between staying afloat or closing your doors. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs agree. Author and entrepreneur Grant Cardone reports regularly working 95 hours a week, and Gary Vaynerchuk says you should be ready to work 18 hours a day at least for your business's first year. The business owners who make it far enough to even think about retiring are often the ones who have been willing to pay their dues with years of late nights and skipped vacations. But it doesn't always end when your company is off the ground. In some ways, the more successful a business becomes, the more attention it demands. Robust sales growth is awesome, but it brings its own set of challenges. At the very least, you have to hire and deal with the associated human resources issues. You might also have to find and build out new office or factory space. Before you know it, decades are passing, your kids are growing up, and you've never quite made it to that flexible schedule you envisioned when you got started.